So both players should be all shuffled up here.
Oh, so there's so much I want to talk about already. The first is that there's one hand trap in this Infernoid deck, and it's Psy-Frame Gear Gamma.
I mean, that makes sense. Infernoid's pretty notorious for playing Gamma, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll actually see the Tribute Set driver.
And there's the Gamma yourself.
Oh, wow.
It's like
immediately. Hey, you know what's really, really good against Dark Refer? Gamma.
Yeah.
Slightly less good when they don't waste their normal summon on it, and they get to send a copy of Wand regardless, but still fine.
I mean, that's still really good. Justin just passed. Did you see the look on his face? He looks so sad.
So the lack of Mermaid means that a Danger doesn't equal full Orcust combo. Instead, Justin's just going to pass.
Yeah, I mean, that was his only play starter and really had nothing else going for him there.
So Clifton, it's hard to tell if he's blind seconding or not, but Infernoid always has the ability to do so.
So Imperm on the Decatron.
That's fine, but not the worst thing in the world.
And there's Monster Gate.
Monster Gate,
oh,
recently
boy.
released to 3, and
yes.
How many do you think we're going to mill? There's a layer.
There's a Gamma.
There's a second layer.
Count.
Oh, man, that
It's
was really quick,
Decatron.
actually.
Yeah.
All we send was, what is that, a Homodic?
That is a Antra.
Antra.
Yeah. So what's nice about Monster Gate is that the Infernoids do not count, aside from Decatron,
right,
as being able to be special summoned. So you pretty much mill your whole deck most of the time.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, Psy-Frame Gear Gamma can't be normal summon
Correct.
either.
Yes. Is there anything else he's playing that can... No.
Driver.
Literally, he can mill his whole deck.
He could mill his whole deck until he hits a Decatron.
Yeah.
So the power plays in Noid are kind of threefold. You can use Vanishment in order to get Void Imagination on a board where your opponent has a monster summoned from the extra deck.
You see Justin's face, not to interrupt you. He's
or
like,
you
oh,
can do
no.
this, use Vanishment to get Void Feast, which Justin is about to feel the strength of.
Yeah.
Or you can use the bevy of options allotted to decks that blind second. He's just conceding
Justin
out of the
just
game.
immediately conceded. So we're going to start with starting with Gizmek.
Hey, you know, sometimes you do what you got to do. And let's see, 7 Orcust monsters in there.
8.
Well, I'm expecting one to be Gizmek.
Oh, okay.
I was like, no, you only play 7 Orcust monsters. Wait, this is the deck that's on Brass Bombard.
Clearly the superior Orcust.
And Clifton takes a sec to read it. What on earth does this card do?
Just like all the other Orcusts, except it special summons from the hand.
Yeah, it's not great, but it does have Orcust in its name.
That's pretty much its primary role.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a Galatea, a nice, beautiful, ultimate rare Galatea at that.
Very pretty. So at least Justin will be able to play this game.
Goes into the Dingirsu.
Or maybe not.
I was going to say, I wouldn't call this playing necessarily.
Oh,
That's
no.
very weak.
Oh, no. All right, well, I got to assume that set card is something amazing.
And starting with Extravagance for Clifton, that's
a pretty good one.
This is not good for Justin. That's all I'm going to say. Poor Justin. I mean, like,
Imagine
that's
going undefeated for 8 rounds.
And this is how you're going to go out. Curse of the stream. It's okay if Jeff can break it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, for everyone wondering, Jeff is X2 currently. So if he wins these next 2, he's in top 60.
He is in contention.
Yep.
Yes.
Still in contention. And so here's the Lancia. Okay, so this will give Justin a turn, unless Clifton happens to randomly have Call by the Grave. No, he's not even playing Call by the Grave. Okay, so he has no way to out that.
The deck's very redundant. You know, wasting slots on something like Called by the Grave seems like not a great idea.
Well, we've actually started seeing side-decked Called by the Grave, actually, for the decks that lose to Lancia, because most decks don't care about really the hand traps other than Lancia in the first game, and Lancia is only going to be boarded in. So some players have actually been opting to side deck Call by the Grave specifically for a card like Lancia, which I think is interesting.
I like that trend. That's cool.
Yeah, so Void Banishment now.
Ugh, this card is so strong.
Gonna pitch evenly matched. Justin's face.
Imagine going second and pitching evenly matched.
I think
we're going to see Imagination here.
Yeah.
Yep, and there it is.
And so Imagination, an extremely good card.
So it should all fusion, but with the added upside of being able to send 6 Infernoids from your deck to the graveyard. And, of course, Tierra then sends several cards from your extra deck to the graveyard, which manifest in Tis, which are individual pops, and will waste that ding.
So here we go. So we're going to send a Saitsamas, an Antra, an Onunku, a Debiati, an Atondo.
It's 5.
Does he have a 6th? He should have a 6th.
Checking to see if it's in
just
his
going
hand.
for 5.
Oh,
okay.
Foolish.
What effect does Tiara get if he gets 6? I forget.
I'm looking.
He didn't get there, but But now we get to see Intis trigger. So now we're going to send a bunch of monsters from the extra deck to the graveyard.
Now, interestingly, this kind of matters for Justin, too. So the thresholds on Tierra are 3 and 5. So there's not a functional difference. The 5 one is you send the top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard.
Both players.
Yes. And then the 3, of course, is the mills from the extra.
It's pretty relevant for Justin considering he's milled another Lancia. But so he did mill a Harp.
It looks like he's only sent 1 Intis.
He probably banished the others off of off Extravagance.
I've been there before.
Yeah. I think Justin kind of... Well, no, because... Oh, no, they would each of the Intis triggers would be separate, correct?
So the next step is you kind of have to figure out a way to get this monster off your side of the board. Tierra sort of fills your entire allotment. Oh, Driver. Hey, that's a pretty good one. Justin laughing.
Justin's face.
I'm telling you, Christia, bottom tier. Decatron, mid tier.
Driver.
SS. Well, at the very least, it links away, and we can make an Infernoid from the graveyard. And with no ding material, I think it's pretty likely that this one might be a little wrapped up. Oh, he's just going to go to combat. Does all attack ding. I don't care.
So,
Driver, get in for 25.
Tundle's 30, or I'm not sorry, Tundle. Tierra's 34, I think.
She is a big girl. 34 is correct.
And then 25 from the Driver.
Yeah.
That's Summon Skull.
I think it has less defense, right?
And there's the Lair.
Lair is a problem.
Oh wait, we see something with Vanishment. Hold on.
Oh, don't worry. We have access to the judge.
Yeah. We'll try to get the judge so we can stop this real quick. 1 second, guys. We'll get the judge.
Hey there. So
looks like they got a hold of him.
Can't special the same turn he uses Vanishment's effect.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to communicate with him now. So Joseph's just talking with the judge right now. Looks like they're still...
The condition on Vanishment is you can't special monsters except Infernoids for the rest of the turn.
So, okay, so it looks like we finally got a hold of them. I don't... Okay, so where are we at? What happened?
Well, so I just got off the phone with the President of the United States. He let us know, Joseph, we are going to be able to reverse this game state. It's just a driver on board. I don't think anyone really cares too much about it.
Well, he would also not take the 2,500 damage.
That is correct.
Right? Okay, so we can add that back.
But you were right, chat. This is one of the very few times when I have to hand it to you.
It's okay. It's fixed. Like you said, it's just the driver. It didn't affect anything.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. If it couldn't be summoned, could he hit it off of... If you can't special summon for the rest of the turn...
You maybe can't activate Reasoning?
Well, no. I mean, can you Reasoning, but would you skip over the driver?
No. Because it can be normal summoned, but it can't under the conditions you're operating on.
I'm pretty sure... I mean, at this point, I feel like it's accepted.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if you could mill more because of Vanishment. I'm not an Infernoid player, so I don't know this.
And I can't parse the complex text on driver. Chat seems to not be sure, but stops at driver but goes to grave is extremely repairable.
Yeah, so, okay, that's fine then. No worries, we're good.
Driver rises up is my favorite answer, though. All right, so we're back at Gizmac. So you're going to have to fill me in. What are the Decatrons?
I don't know. I'm going to assume that it's just... Actually, I don't know.
So the one of them has a 6 on it. That leads me to believe it's, I don't know, Sujet.
Well, no, because Sujet's right next to it.
Well, so it can't be.
So it can't be that.
Okay, Chad, you helped us out one time. What are the Decatrons?
I'm assuming it's Anonku and Deviati, but he did send some off of the... does he play 2 of each?
Yes.
He plays 2 of each. Okay, I'm just assuming it's that. And the die is probably to symbolize which one is one and which one's the other.
Right.
So it looks like, did he...
So it looks like we're going for the ye old lair tribute effect in order to get that brass bombard out of the graveyard. Fun fact, you don't have to target the card that you're banishing. So you can tribute the card you want banished to banish the card.
This is so tough for Justin. You got to feel for it.
What do you do?
And now you're staring down this. Like, at least you can attack over one of them, but, like, I don't know what good that does you at this point.
The bombard has, like, what, 300 attack?
Maybe. And Justin just passes on that. That's not looking good.
So let's activate the effect of
Yep,
lair.
get the token.
Have a token. He says, oh, great. I'll make a Galatea with this next turn.
You're assuming he's A, getting a next turn, and B, leaving those 2 monsters on the field.
Mm-hmm. Do we have Justin's list? He's on 3 return.
A lot of the Orcust lists have been playing 3 return that we've seen this weekend.
This seems to be the flavor of the month. And don't let this game fool you. This player is undefeated.
Yeah. Even though he's unfortunately bricking in the feature match. He's 8-0? No, 7-0, excuse me.
Yeah.
And Clifton is 6-0-1 at our 270 person event.
Yep.
280 after the other stragglers came in, such as Robbie Cole, who was undefeated up until his feature match.
Bed is OP.
The bed gave him a bigger L than his first 4 opponents.
Well, while we're watching Clifton combo off, I do have to say, I appreciate a significant amount of cards in Sing's deck, but none more than the main deck Nibiru. I would love to see it.
We were just talking about that, how we hadn't seen that many Nibirus in the main deck whatsoever. And I think this might be, and that could be one of the reasons why
Justin at the top tables playing it.
That could be one of the reasons why he is at the top tables, you know?
Yeah. To those of you saying Galatea requires effect monsters, I think you forgot about Link Spider.
So now we're going to see a Link summon.
Ooh, so this is frustrating. You want to make Doolittle Chimera, but they're not fire monsters right now. He was looking at Doolittle. No, friend, they're dark.
Oh, because of Lair. I think Justin's pointing that out. Yep.
Okay, this is why we play Wee-Witch.
Oh, Phoenix.
Phoenix does the same thing. You just want to get the stars off your side of the field.
Yeah, exactly, because you can only have up to 8 levels worth of stars of Infernoid monsters. You can go over that as long as you're not already at 8 or above. Mm-hmm. So we're going to pitch Monster Gate.
He's going to look at the graveyard.
At first, I thought it was an handshake extension.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't have been, shocked.
So we're going to see Phoenix pop the back row. It's a Sanctum.
Ooh.
Okay, so Justin did sided the Sanctum.
So this is interesting. No chance he's on Moraltech, is there?
No. Oh, to get Lancia. That makes perfect sense.
That's pretty good, too.
Yep.
Wow. And all of a sudden, Justin has a play.
The 3rd Lancia is now out of his deck. Because remember, he lost one from the mill from Tierra.
So all we really need is, like, 1 card. Any normal monster.
Any monster can get things going.
And we're in the game. This Bombard has lived and died. And lived again.
I still can't believe he actually survived through a Tierra. Like, usually if you see Tierra, like,
the game's
it's over, yeah.
He's going to get a token.
That's in the end phase, right?
1 tributed monster, yep.
Wow, okay. So Justin has a beacon of hope here.
Okay.
He just needs the monster. He does have a Gizmek in his grave.
It's in grave? It looks banished to me.
Oh, it's banished.
Gizmek really, really good, unless it's in the banished zone.
Oh, no, I think you're right. I think it is banished.
So we've got, what, like 18 cards banished? Just looking for anything off the top here. Oh, looks like we're going to normal summon a monster here.
Did he get it? It looks like it. There's the Harp.
Ooh, Harp. That's enough.
That'll get you there.
Wow, that actually really gets you there.
Yeah.
Grass Bombard coming in clutch. Not because of its effect, but because of how long it survived.
I mean, at that point, it could have been literally any other monster. But to be
Because
fair,
there was another
to be fair,
Orcust.
if Justin drew something like Dark Grepher, it wouldn't have worked in this situation.
Yeah.
So Justin just...
So from here you can do almost anything, but of course your plays are constrained by whatever Gizmek has banished. I mean, the fact that he's looking at Harpor kind of solemnly makes me think that maybe there's a symbol skeleton in that huge pile.
You have to think, he's used Gizmek twice.
Yeah.
So there's almost half of Justin's deck banished. Justin is playing 40 cards, so yeah, 16 of those cards are already gone.
Oh.
So he didn't banish the skeleton. Wow.
He is playing 2.
Oh, he is playing 2. Okay. That makes some sense.
Still pretty likely that he might have banished them both.
How do you feel about 2 skeleton if you're playing Gizmek?
Oh, no, I think it's mandatory.
Okay.
I like playing 2 skeleton anyway, but that's because I am a baby. Okay, so we can go pretty far here. I think the first thing we probably do is make Dingirsu.
So he's going to shuffle back his Gizmek with Galatea.
Okay, that's a sweet card to shuffle.
Yeah, because Galatea can shuffle any machine.
What do you activate here?
We saw it shuffle back a Jet Synchron in an earlier game.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
That is nice. You can send your skeleton to the graveyard, draw a couple fresh cards.
Then get popping.
Yeah. So he's going to use
That's what
it.
he's doing.
Yep. Clifton only with a couple Infernoids in hand. This could be the reprieve Justin needed.
The unfortunate truth is he's really got to find a way to get rid of Lair. The Lair represents such a constant threat to Galatea.
I was going to say, I think that's what makes it so difficult. It looks like Justin's trying to just sort out like what Infernoids are gone. Or, excuse me, what Infernoids are still in the graveyard that he has to worry about. Because there's a lot of them.
Justin's got to be careful. If his opponent activates Question, this is going to be a game loss for sure.
Next level text.
How do I get a hold of Justin's list? It will be published with all PPG YuGiOh lists. We're scanning them in.
After the event, of course.
Yeah. I mean, we're not.
Yeah, we're not going to show them during Top Cut or anything.
All right, looks like we're going to activate Cosmic Cyclone
for the Lair. There you go.
That is a sweet answer.
So Justin's going to take 1,000 here. You said he needed an answer to it. He's got it.
Yeah, this is actually maybe a really bad position for Clifton. Go reattach the symbol skeleton, get attacking, do some damage.
That would be 18 and 26.
And then what's he going to do? Reborn a huge Infernoid who just eats a Dingirsu?
Yep, so 18 and 26 from both attacks.
Well, the one just eats the...
oh, the token. Excuse me.
I think it's just going to be 26.
So, yeah. So we go plus 18. So Clifton's on 54. Healthy total.
And 2 set. Ooh, I hope one of those is an Orcust Crescendo. He doesn't have a lot of cards to set. I think Cyclone,
he has Sanctum.
Impermanence, Sanctum, that's completely useless at this point, and Crescendo.
Yeah. Unless he still sides the Scythe, which I mean, he could, but he's already gone through all 3 Lancia, as we know.
All right, so this is a Homedic, right?
That is a Harmodic, yes. So Harmodic can...
This will prompt the effect of Dingirsu for
yes.
sure.
I mean, unless Justin just wants to let it die, but I don't think that's wise.
Yeah, you might as well.
So he's going to detach that to protect his Dingirsu.
It's a little frustrating because now, of course, he can banish it. I mean, this is the reason that Clifton's playing Infernoid, for these interactions.
So there's Petrulia. Petrulia can pop spells and traps.
Oh, wow. 2 really good ones in the opener.
Clifton only got 7 levels worth of monsters on the field, so he can even summon like Scythes.
It's
another Cosmic.
It's a Cosmic, okay.
His other set could be a Crescendo, though.
And I think Clifton's kind of laughing about it. If it's a Crescendo, it's a Crescendo.
Going for the Doolittle Chimera. They are fires now.
Thanks, Cosmic. Doolittle Chimera is a card that seems completely innocuous until one Infernoid player makes it.
And then you're like, oh.
Oh, this is broken.
This is a good card. Okay, so now here comes a Tundle. Going to banish 2 Infernoids. A Tundle can attack twice.
This is a rough one. If you have a negation and you're Justin, do you activate it now?
Well, a Tundle, I mean, what do you mean? He can't negate the summon with Crescendo.
Can he?
No.
Oh, why not?
Because it's not an effect. They just summon.
Oh, Crescendo isn't solemn?
No. It only stops effects.
Oh, you're right.
He's going to crescendo.
I've just married the two in my mind.
Oh, but he just. Oh, he crescendo. Okay, so he crescendo.
He crescendoed the effect of Deviati.
Correct. He crescendoed the effect of Deviati.
Chat, 80% of judging is just reading the cards that are on the board, not remembering them.
So now he's going to link off.
Like
are we going to see the Crusadia? Yep.
There he is.
Here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
I think Clifton sees he has game. Yep. Resummon the Atundle.
Oh,
and the
my
Deviati.
goodness.
He's got enough Infernoids to do this.
That's
and
the
Clifton
game.
got it. I told you this was a good card.
Wow, I was